Now, how about the role of traditional rulers? Because, look, if people are afraid to speak directly to the authorities for leakages such as you described, at least perhaps they are better trusting of the traditional rulers. But that also has not been a very straightforward aspect, as we have heard. It is said, for instance, that these people largely are known. They are not spirits. They are not unknown. It is now the courage to do something. They know when there's suspicious activity, or if not suspicious, unusual activity in their area. Now, all of these can be brought to the fore, whatever is the most convenient and trusted way. You have the religious leaders. They are very, very influential, especially up north. Then there are the traditional rulers. Because I'm saying all of this because we have to explore every single asset at our disposal. And the people, as you've said, as you yourself have said, is a key asset. The citizenry is a key asset. Talk to me on your experience and findings as regards traditional rulers and what they can bring to bear on this fight.
Of course, Uncle Yori, the forest guard. Our recommendation is that the traditional rulers are going to play, a big role, in this, because they are the owners of the forest.
One second, please.
They are
1 second, please. Before you continue, Tiamiu has called in from New Jersey. So let's take him. Good morning, Tiamiu.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Tiamiu, please go ahead. You're on air now.
My contribution is we should not be talking too much on what is happening. What will be the solution to the problem?
And that's what we're talking about. What do you think? What do you think?
911.
Oh, God.
911.
Okay.
We operate local government, government council. But besides that, each DPO office should have 911 operators 24 hours, so that if anybody sees anything, they should be able to call. Good morning.
We can hear you. Continue, please. We can hear you.
Okay. They should be able to call the law enforcement agency.
All right, Tiamiu.
What I observe is that some of the law enforcement agencies are corporate because they collaborate.
We can hear you, Tiamiu. Don't wait for the feedback, for the echo. Don't worry about the echo. But I think Tiamiu has contributed the main thing he wanted to say. Speak to that so that Tiamiu can, be rest assured as to whether we do indeed have these kind of central numbers that other people have. He was speaking about what he's familiar with over in New Jersey. There, you can call 911. In England, it's different. We also have such numbers, don't we?
Yes, Okuyomi, I'm having a bit issue with my audio here.
I'm sorry.
So if you can, if it can be made better.
So I
didn't hear Tiamiu so clearly.
What he said was that he advised that perhaps you could have numbers such as 911, for instance. That's what he's familiar with. So I was asking you that we also have such numbers, but perhaps tell me how useful they are, because you pick up, you call 911, you get an instant response. So Tiamiu was saying essentially that 911 numbers, numbers, should be working round the clock, 24 hours. What would you say to that contribution from him?
Yeah, it's a very good contribution. It's basically to aid the flow of communication, between the people, and the security people.
Yes.
But again, and we have these numbers available at all strata, of government, at the state, federal, I believe also at the local governments, even the police stations, the local police stations, I believe they have these numbers. The numbers to call, I don't think, are not are the issues. And
No.
it's so far, in my journey of 15 years of covering this insurgency, the security people have always picked up their calls. But the thing is that is for them is at the time that they can respond, get to the scene where this happened. So it again counts back, to the how immediate can we have people who are trained, security experts who are trained to be on the ground, to respond to these to criminal happenings, and this is why we are further pushing in that the people in the community, the immediate people in the community, should be trained into the forest guard or the vigilante, to be the ones to be the first responders. You can train them, as the Kaduna State Governor, is saying that he wants to put AK-47s, on the hands of the state police, to be able to respond adequately, and that the forest guard is not approved by law, to have weapons. But I also have been wondering that the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, being the president, has charged the governors that they should arm, this forest guard. So if these people, whether it is the state police that are in the community, or if it is forest guard that are in the community, if they have these weapons and they are efficiently trained as to when to engage and when not to engage, it will help. It will go a long way.
Mazi Okuruafo in Aruchuku, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, I guess. Yes, sir. When we talk about this issue about this ignorance, we call it. See, or other verses, there are two things we have to look at it. One, when Shakao was in power, when Shakao started this 10 years ago, his own was based on education. There's no Western education. Now, if you look at this present day kidnapping, anything you may call it, these are terrorist brand of ISIS in this country. Now, what do? We have to go back to the basics. See, when the Civil War ended, there was a lot of armed robbery attack, and armed robbery that was in the eastern Nigeria and the south, call it eastern Nigeria, because eastern Nigeria is made up of south and southeast. What will happen at the other states overlooked it? They say, well, maybe that is a civil war after effects. Nobody cares about it, to fight about it. Because that time the robbery was daily. Because you may be in the bank, you see what is happening. But right now, we have to go back to the basics and find out all these terrorists that show tax and they are all purely or monetary oriented.
You see, Uncle Yomi, I have embedded with the military. At the time, I spent 4 hours on one mission, with the Nigerian Air Force, hovering around the northeast, around on above Baga and some Madagali, in the northeast, chasing Boko Haram. What we realized from the airplane was that these people hide under shrubs. They hide under trees. They have a way, even also, to beat even the drones or the technology that you can use to monitor them from above. And we also have to take into cognizance the fact that the military cannot just drop a bomb or open fire on these people, because most time they use their kidnappers, their abductees, like the school kids, as shields. So they dwell amongst them. So this is why it is paramount that we have soldiers, that we have foot soldiers, we have boots on ground. And the boots that are going to be on ground should be the forest dwellers, the rural dwellers who are familiar with those terrain. Of course, we need we need international assistance. The world is a global village. Any technology that can be deployed, any help that can be given to us by any sister or brother nation, to help us in ending this security, I'm sure our president is always happy to work with those assistance.